etc. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my blog. I'm a former holistic cosmetologist, makeup artist, and fashion photographer. For today's vlog, I have a very chill day planned for us, and I figured the best spot to start that is right here. Look at that, guys. Do you see these beautiful flowers? Oh my goodness, and the ocean. Wow. All right, we have a fun day planned, so let's get going. Let's squeeze in a quick stop on my way home from food shopping, guys, because I saw this unbelievably cute Michael Kors jacket. I have been eyeing it for a few weeks now, and at this point I figured I'm just going to go take a look, try it on, so you guys can see it had to come home with me. It is Michael Kors, however, it is very rock and roll if you ask me. It is a very classic, basic black biker jacket. I'm sure I'll be having it for a very long time, and I'll be wearing it a bunch. So you guys probably imagine I have a lot of black leather jackets, but each and every one of them is really a little bit different and gives off a little bit of a different vibe depending on the cut, the color, etc. Anyways, I absolutely had to get this one. It's very cute. I actually did not need a new leather jacket. I had a few of my friends send me a Zara leather jacket that's currently very, very popular, that apparently a lot of people think looks like the YSL one. I personally am not the biggest fan of that one. I'm sure most of you know exactly which jacket I'm talking about right now because it's kind of going viral. However, I am very, very petite, and that jacket just, it looks like I'm wearing my dad's jacket, just that my dad's jacket would probably be a more fitting size. This one is just way more of a typical classic leather jacket, if you ask me, especially with all the details that it has. It just gives off that biker jacket kind of vibe. The other one, it was a cool jacket. I mean, leather jackets are always rock and roll, but I definitely like one that is in this cut a little bit more than the other one, because the other one just seemed a little bit over the top fashionable, if you know what I mean. But anyways, it was also unbelievably cute. So if you just to say that Zara one looks unbelievably amazing, but I just think it was not really made for my body build. It was just way too big for me. Anyways, this one is an extra small, a Michael Kors extra small, and it fits. It is definitely the oversized look, just like I would want it to be, but I'm not really swimming in it. Like the shoulders and everything, it is low, so you can see it is oversized. But anyways, it is not like oversized. I think you know what I mean. Anyways, guys, let's continue. We ended up going back outside, guys, and I got us these super, super beautiful hydrangeas. Oh my goodness, look at them. I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I'm gonna pop these into that super, super cute vase that I bought from, I believe it was actually IKEA, but I'm not sure. It could have, no, I think it was IKEA, guys. I will look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was IKEA. Oh no, do you guys see the spiders that are hanging from this? All right, I'm gonna bring these spiders out, and then I'm going to make a little bit of a cute table arrangement minus the bugs. Spiders have been safely removed. I moved them outside. I did not kill them. I'm going to now just get the lowest leaves off here. I need to cut these. All right. Them a little bit shorter, guys. You want to get all of these lower leaves off so it lasts you the longest, because if these leaves are in the water and they start to rot, your plant is gonna go bad very, very fast. Might need some more in there to kind of just like hold it in, but wow, I just made a mess and I see a bunch more spiders. Alrighty, I'm gonna clean up that mess and remove all of these spiders and set that nice and neatly up on the table. And I will see you guys in a minute to make dinner. The flower mess is cleaned up. All the spiders were safely moved outside. And now I'm gonna continue my evening with you guys. Start this off with making myself a yummy, yummy beverage. And then probably grab a candle, get a little bit of a vibe going. And then we will start making super yummy lentil soup. I'm gonna make myself a yummy cup of kombucha. Following me for a while, you know that kombucha is one of my absolute favorite beverages, preferably the GTS one. Oh, yum. One of my absolute current favorites is the Synergy Wildflower. Guys, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. This is delicious. So I always like to start off with washing all my veggies and kind of preparing everything that I need for this meal. I probably will not peel my potatoes because I got them from the farm stand and did brush them and clean them really, really nice. Then carrot. The only other thing that I'm gonna use is gonna be onion, garlic, some oats, and some lentils, because we are gonna make a yummy lentil soup, guys. Absolutely love lentil soup all year round, and I figured tonight is the perfect night for a lentil soup. So these are all the ingredients that we'll be using to make the lentil soup tonight. The only thing that you don't see here is olive oil, lentils, and some oats. So I'm going to go ahead now and peel my carrots and then chop up all of my veggies tiny and small and have them ready to be sauteed. Once our oil is heated up, we're going to put in our carrots and our potatoes. And once that is sauteed for a few minutes, then I'm going to add in my garlic and my onion. And then once I fill it up with water, that's when we're going to add in our lentils and our oats. I love adding oats to my soup because it just gives it a little bit more substance. What was I saying? Oh, why I put oats into my soup. I think it is really, really important to eat a lot of fiber, and oats are just the best source of fiber if you ask me. But also it will keep you a little bit full for longer, and it will just slow down the food breakdown in your stomach, and this way the nutrients can get absorbed better by your stomach because the oats are kind of slowing down the whole process. Alrighty, I can hear my oil now, so I'm going to put in my veggies. I want to make sure to stir the potato carrot mixture. I'm going to have another sip. Guys, tonight happened so perfectly. I've been wanting to do a dinner cooking date night with you guys for a while now, and tonight was just absolutely perfect for that. I'm really excited for this. Figured while I'm cooking, it's kind of a good time for us to do a little bit of a chill catch up. I got so many nice DMs from you guys on Instagram. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you watching the vlog and sending me sweet feedback and requesting things to do like a date night and some cooking. So that is really fun, guys. Thank you so much. Cheese sauteing. Everything is very happy and going well. I'm gonna now wait a few more minutes, and then I'm gonna add in the onion and the garlic. In the meantime, I am gonna rinse my lentils of these meshy things and just put in a cup of lentils and then just rinse them under the water. Pouring it to rinse it, pay a little attention if you see anything like rocks or something funky in there. Doesn't happen on a reg, but it has definitely happened to me before, and since that I'm a little bit extra cautious. Make sure to stir that vegetable mixture. In the meantime, you do not want that to burn in. All right, guys, my lentils are rinsed. I'm just gonna let them chill now. It's been a few minutes since the potatoes and the carrots have been sauteing, so I'm gonna now add my garlic and my onions. Give that another good stir and kind of let it saute for a few more minutes before I continue with the next step. Smell the onion, I can smell the garlic. Oh, yum. A few more minutes, and then I'll be adding some water into that soup. Before we add some water, actually, I'm going to add my magic ingredient that I'm going to share with you. What I'm going to add next, guys, it's going to maybe freak some of you out, is going to be apple cider vinegar. Now, at this point, you could also add in a little bit of red wine, or maybe a little bit of white wine, or maybe even some balsamico, but something that is a little bit more acidic to put kind of, in German we call it putting the flame out. I think you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to put a little bit of the vinegar in there just to like kind of calm it down. And then once it kind of does the loud noise, which you're about to hear, that noise, the bubbling noise, I'm going to stir it another few times and then let it sit for like maybe a minute before I add the water and turn it on very low heat for it to do its own thing. This soup is unbelievably easy, guys. You can literally use whatever vegetables you have at home. It is a very good one if you have kids and you try to make them eat more healthy. You can really make it as yummy as possible. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and add some water into that. Pretty much going to fill up the pot with water completely now. And now we are going to add in our lentils. So I added in my lentils. I will go ahead and add my oats. When it comes to lentil soup, guys, one of the most important things about it is spicing it. Now, as many of you know, I am Austrian. So the Austrian lentil soup is definitely a little bit more of a, it's more on the mild side, but I personally really love a very spicy one. As far as spices go, I'm gonna put in some oregano leaves, chili powder, add some cumin, and of course garlic powder, cayenne pepper. I love that Spanish smoked paprika powder, that liquid smoke, tamari. This is just gonna give it a little bit extra flavor. And before I'm eating it, I'm gonna add some nutritional yeast, which is an absolute, if you eat plant-based, nutritional yeast is an absolute must-have. Now, if you want to saute some bacon, etc., to put it on top of the soup, now would be a good time to do that. If you want to pop it in the oven, there's so many different ways of having lentil soup, guys. All of our ingredients are in there. Now I am literally just putting everything away. I like to put everything away while I'm cooking, so then afterwards I really get to relax and I'm not tackling the mess that I made while I was cooking. Oh, I forgot one ingredient, guys. That is very, very important if you ask me. Tell me I have some. I do. The other ingredient that I like to put in my soup, as if the apple cider vinegar wasn't weird enough, I like to put some mustard into my soup, guys. Mustard just gives it a little bit of an extra spice, but also extra flavor. Soup is doing its thing, so I figured we have a few minutes to catch up. How is everybody doing? How is your week? How has your summer been so far? I hope everyone's doing well and had a great summer so far. Personally, this week has been for me all about enjoying the main summer season as we are heading into late summer next week, and I'm very excited for that. I got so many DMs from you guys on Instagram asking me how I keep such a chill vibe going at all times. Just honestly tell you guys, I don't. Just like everyone else, we all get stressed. We all have a lot going on. And if you ever look at someone else's life and think, oh my goodness, they got it so good, they have no problems, I can guarantee you that's not the case. When it comes to serious life stuff, guys, I think it is really, really important how we react to stuff, where we put our energy and what we get really upset about, or if we more focus about finding a solution. So whatever it is, guys, in your life that keeps stressing you out, or like you tend to overreact to it, once you have a calm moment where that is not happening, take a moment and really find a way on how you want to react to these things in future, and what deserves your reaction, what deserves your energy, and what are the things that you just have to accept and try to work with it and try to not have too much of an emotional investment into everything. If we just emotionally react all day long to everything that is happening, that is an absolute disaster for all the other humans, but especially for yourself, because you're just stressing yourself out. So really set your priorities. What are you going to react to? Where are you going to put your energy in? And what are the things that you're just going to accept? Maybe you're not happy about it, but you still just got to accept it, find a solution, and work with it. Personally, really, really pay attention to the way that I react to things. For example, if it's something that's really, really sucky, but it's completely out of my control and it's completely out of my hands, I'm definitely not going to get really, really worked up over that, because I can't change anything. What I can do is try to find the most peaceful, the best way to cope with things. And I think that's what life is all about. We all have stuff to deal with. We all have ups. We all have downs. That's just part of it, and it's beautiful. However, it is really, really important, I think, to have certain ways to cope with things, because you can't avoid stressful things. You can't avoid life challenges. So you just got to kind of focus on the way you react to certain things, or also what deserves your reaction and what really, really deserves your energy. That is definitely one reason why I personally love journaling, because once I write down all of my thoughts and then I look through them afterwards, there's so many things that may be bothering me, or I may be worried about it, etc. However, once they're written down and I read them in a very different state of mind and kind of from a, let's say, more zoomed out perspective, the outcome is completely different, guys, and the outlook on things is completely different. So I think it's very important to just adapt good coping mechanism. We talked about that a little bit during the last video with the slow life, which is pretty much the same thing. It is like how you find a way to cope with things, not get stressed out and not get upset, especially if those are things that you can control and they're just part of life. If not, I kind of think we lose way too much energy and time for things that may not deserve our reaction, or may not need our reaction or our energy. You know what I mean? Sometimes things are just what they are. Then you just got to either find a solution or get really, really worked up over it. And I personally try to focus on finding a solution when it comes to stuff in life, guys. Worrying and doubting and all of those things, they really won't get you any further. And I haven't never ever heard where someone worried or doubted or was like fearful and something got better in their life. So pretty much find out what chills you out and how you can react to things that are maybe not always positive. just have a way of reacting to negative news. If you think about it, the way we react to life and to things that happen in our life kind of set the tone for our whole life and for our life quality. If you get upset over every small thing and you worry about everything and you're fearful about everything, you're kind of taking away from your own joy. You're taking away from your own shine. You're taking away from you going out there and living life because you're getting too upset about things that may not be really as important as you think in that moment, or they really are important and it is really bad. However, you reacting to negative things in an extra negative way will not make it any better, trust me. So, what I think is really, really important in life in order to stay chill is having good coping mechanism, but also know how to react to things, what deserves your reaction and what deserves your energy. To be honest, there is just an insane amount of stuff going on in our world, in all of our lives. We all have just a lot on our plate, and I think that is fair to say. However, you have to react a certain way and you have to have those coping mechanisms to make your life really, really enjoyable. It is the small things, guys, like going out in your garden, picking some flowers, making a yummy dinner, having a yummy beverage, and then just sitting outside, listening to the bugs of the night, maybe journaling, maybe reading, maybe try some drawing, whatever it is. But you have to create those moments. It is each and every one of our own responsibility to find a good way to cope with stuff and to find a good way to process stuff, to process life, and to react the proper way. If everyone in this world just goes around overreacting to everything, there would be an absolute disaster vibe on the planet that we definitely do not want. All right, guys, there was a lot of yapping. Let's go check on that soup. Alrighty, guys, let's take a look at the soup. Oh my goodness, that looks delicious. Actually, I'm not sure how picturesque that looks, but it will taste absolutely delicious. By the way, guys, my hair looks absolutely crazy. Good news, I made a hair appointment. Bad news, it's in 2 months, which allows us 2 months to figure out what I'm gonna do next with my crazy mane. The last time I went was probably like 1.5 years ago, guys, and we went from all blonde to all black. I just let it grow out and it looks really, really cute. All right, we just went from very serious life talk to hair talk. But to continue that our journey of changing topics, before we get further going, I didn't apologize for my absolutely horrifying nails. However, I did a little fun test for you guys last week, so let me show you. The reason why my nails are looking absolutely horrifying is because I was really, really curious which of these top coats is actually gonna work better. So on one side we have Essie, and the other side we have OP. Guys, can you guys see this? So we have the OP one on this side, and then I have the Essie one. I don't know if you guys can see which hand is what. This one is the Essie hand. All right, so very, very honest review. Nobody's paying me to say this. Personally, I think, first off, leave a comment which one you think worked better. I did use an Essie nail lacquer for both of these top coats. So I guess we could run another test with just having OP nail lacquer and an OP top coat on one hand, Essie nail lacquer, Essie top coat on the other hand. However, I mixed and matched it a little bit with the nail lacquer, but the top coat, I clearly separated my hands. If I would have to pick a winner, it would be the OP one, guys. It worked so, so much better and it lasted so, so much more. I actually went an extra mile when I was testing these nail lacquers, and I did all kinds of stuff like doing dishes with my hands. I washed some laundry that was like delicates that has been lying around for a minute that needed a hand wash. So it was the perfect week to do that. And clearly, 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 guys, the OP one lasted better. However, I must honestly tell you guys, as a person that used the Essie one for so, so many years, I absolutely prefer the look of the Essie top coat. However, when it comes to lasting longer, it is the OP. When it comes to smell, the Essie one definitely wins. OP kind of has a very, very chemically smell to it. However, it really lasts. So if you want a top coat that does a great job, I would go with this one. Do you like the way the Essie one makes your fingernails look? It kind of has that like gel-like finish that is like extra shiny and it just looks like candy coated. Anyways, the clear winner is the OP one. When it comes to the look and the smell of the top coat, however, the Essie one would win. When it comes to what lasts longer, it would definitely be the OP one, guys. Like, no question about it. I really personally love watching these videos where someone is like very, very neutrally reviewing two different products. A person that preferably has a little bit of a background. I am actually a certified nail stylist as well, so you can trust my judgment, guys. Plus, nobody's paying me. I'm just being super honest because I know some girls like to go have their nails done, others just like to stick with the natural ones, like me personally. And it's really, really important to have that top coat that does a great job. Because let's be honest, we all cannot skip all of those things that may compromise our nail lacquer. We all are doing a lot with our hands, a lot that could compromise our nail lacquer. Plus, we also do not want to constantly having to reapply it. I personally do a manicure once a week, and I would really love for my nails to last that long. If it doesn't last that long, I normally do remove them in between and give them a day or two to just be natural before I add on the next coat. All right, guys, long story short, the OP1 is the absolute winner by far. Making soup was an absolute success. It smells heavenly in this house and I can't wait to go eat. To make this soup at home and you have a few questions about the ingredients, please feel free to DM me at any point. Alrighty, so I'm now gonna go eat my soup, guys, and then probably grab a book, maybe put on a face mask. Kind of have a feeling it's a face mask kind of night. And then I'm just gonna take it really, really easy for the rest of the evening. It is kind of one of the last August weekends, so I really, really want to take this in. Alrighty, guys, big reveal. Are you ready? Are you ready? Ta-da! This is the yummy soup that we just made. Doesn't that look delicious? Look at this. Oh, yum, that looks delicious. So you guys see the oats kind of disappear in there, but leave it a little bit creamier. If I would be eating it the same evening, guys, I would probably let that soup do its thing for about 40 minutes. However, I didn't want to overcook it tonight because I'm going to reheat it tomorrow and have it over the weekend. So I wanted some of the veggies to kind of stay semi-crunchy. So let's try this. You guys ready? Yum, look at this. We did good, guys. I think we did good. It's very pretty. All right, let me try it. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness, yum. This soup is unbelievably delicious. I don't know how beautiful it is, but it tastes so, so good. Oh my God. Dinner was a full success. I am so full. I am so happy. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to grab a sweater, grab a book, and go sit outside and just enjoy the sunset and enjoy this beautiful August evening. Cooking was a full success. The soup was absolutely delicious and I had the best time ever cooking with you guys. I hope you had a good time too, and if there's any recipes that you would like to make with me next, please leave a comment. I would love to know. With that all being said, guys, thank you so, so much for watching. I really had a great time with you guys tonight. I hope you did too. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. Until then, take care. Love you. Bye.